Hi guys, welcome to Gussied.Up, Cooking with Gussied.Up. So today we are making pork sausage rigatoni in a creamy sauce, which is a HelloFresh recipe, as you guys are probably used to. So let's get cooking. The first thing that I'm going to start with is I am going to halve, core, and thinly slice the bell pepper into thin strips. So I like to just cut around the center and pop that baby out. So one of the reasons why I really like HelloFresh is you ultimately have everything ready for you. I have a really picky partner, and so I'm trying to eat healthier, but I don't have a lot of experience with cooking. I'm now going to thinly slice these. Make sure to keep your fingers out of the way. I just cut myself. This knife is very, very sharp. For all of my food scraps, I do like to use the paper bag that comes with all of the ingredients in it. I just keep this handy so I have somewhere to throw all of my goodies that I am not going to be using. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to dice our tomato into about 1/2-inch pieces. I don't know about you guys, but I do like to cut out the top little stem from my tomatoes. It's just something that I do. Not sure if everybody does it, but I'm picky with textures, so the nice thing about this knife is it's really, really sharp. The other not so nice thing about this knife is it's really, really sharp compared to my other knives that I have at home, so I have to make sure that I'm very careful when I'm cutting, which I think most people don't have that problem probably, but my knives aren't as sharp as this new one, so. Alright, and then we are going to trim and thinly slice the scallions, separating the whites from the greens. I should have made this recipe a few days ago. I didn't, so I'm making it now. And then we're going to cut off the ends, so nobody wants to eat the root. And then we're just going to thinly slice up the whites. Alright, and now we're starting to get to the greens, so I'm going to push the whites aside. And then we're going to cut up our greens. I'm no professional, but I enjoy cooking, and I thought that I'd share some of these easy cooking recipes with you, just to show you how easy HelloFresh is and to get better and healthier recipes in. And you get to choose your perfect sizing, or portions, so it's a great way to go. For the lemon, it says to zest it and then quarter it. I don't have anything to zest it, and it's not my favorite to add zest to things, so I'm just going to go ahead and quarter it and call it a day. Alright, so I have started the pan here on medium to high heat. I'm going to add some olive oil. And I have also started a pan or a pot with water for the noodles. And the last thing that we need to do before we can get going while this heats up is this sausage does have a casing on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my knife, do a small slit, and then you can go ahead and peel off the casing from the sausage. While this is heating up, I am going to add the bell peppers. as well as the scallion whites. And we're going to let that start to cook. We're going to let that cook for 4 to 6 minutes or so until the peppers and the onions have cooked down a little bit. Alright, so the peppers are starting to look great, so I'm going to add in quickly a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then I'm going to throw in my meat. And I've got my mix and chop here, and that's going to help me just break up the meat. Really nice and easy. It helps break up the meat, and then you can mix around as you go. And I've already added salt and pepper. Now I'm going to add some chili flakes. Alright, our meat is almost done here. Alright, so now we are going to go ahead and add in our tomato. And we're going to let that cook for 1 to 2 minutes. Now I'm going to reduce the heat to medium-low. And as this cooks, I'm going to add in our cream cheese and our sour cream. While the pasta cooks, you are going to end up saving about a half cup of your pasta water. And we are going to add that to the sauce. Now early on in the stage, you could have poured out the meat or poured out the additional grease that is in. I didn't, so I'm probably going to be using less pasta water than you normally would. And then we are going to add in half of our Parmesan. Oops, it's a little more than half. Oh well. We're just going to stir this bad boy up. While the pasta is still cooking, I forgot to add a tablespoon of butter, so I've gone ahead and added a tablespoon of butter into the pan and mixed that all in. And I'm going to be making some garlic toast to go along with this dish. So I picked up this 6-pack of garlic toast at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to preheat the oven to 425. Alright, so I've gone ahead and put the garlic toast on a pan, and while that preheats, I am going to finish up the pasta. So our pasta is complete. I am just going to start adding it to our sauce. And seeing as we would normally be adding pasta sauce anyway, I'm not too worried about completely draining out the noodles because I'm kind of cheating and pulling it out of the pot straight. So now, if you're not doing this like me, then what you would do is you would make sure you saved about a half cup of your pasta water. In this case, I didn't, so I'm just going to go ahead and start mixing all of this together. I think what we've got is perfect. But now that that's all mixed up, you can see the finished product. I'm going to put a lid on it. I have guests coming over for lunch, so I am going to when the oven is complete, I am going to go ahead and pop the garlic toast in the oven for 3 minutes on one side and 3 minutes on the other side. And then when they get here, I'm going to go ahead and serve, and I'll be sure to take a video once I serve. So thank you so much for watching. I will show you how it goes in a minute here.